Stop.
He was getting after me. I just told you that.
Ma'am, stop.
I have a right
I'm not going
for a
in your house.
cigarette, a coke, and a key.
I'm not going in your house.
Don't lock it.
What do you want the key for if you're not gonna lock it?
I want the key to get back in. There's a dog in there that needs taken care of, sir. I can do that. It's my
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Breakups are never fun to deal with, but some people handle them way worse than others. From exes who become stalkers to couples who get physical with each other, this is what happens when aggressive breakups turn violent and the police have to get involved.
So listen, in the state of Florida, domestic violence laws are very specific when it comes to people living together and putting their hands on each other.
But he followed me into every room.
Would you listen to me for a second?
Domestic violence calls are some of the most nerve-wracking for police officers. On the 8th of May, 2024, the Stewart Police Department dispatched officers to a residence following a 911 call for reported domestic violence. Little did the officers know that they'd soon be walking into a very sticky situation.
What happened?
Aggressive breakup argument. Grab my 4 months, our lease is over. Let's separate and go live somewhere else, pay our bills. We need to end. This has happened multiple times. Cornered as soon as I told him that when the lease is up, my mom, the co-signer, he's off. He's over. And I'm gonna stay here. Lost it. Followed me from room to room, tried to corner me in the room. I turned around and spit at him. Absolutely spit at him because he had me cornered against the back of the door. And the room is dark. Yeah, we're right where the closet is and where the door opens.
All right.
And then turned around, spit at him, got out, tried to lock myself in the bathroom, didn't happen. And then we separate, I come out in the car, then he starts getting all of our stuff, and now I'm worried about my stuff, so I'm following him around the house. And then he pinned me up again 2 or 3 times. And in response, I attacked him from this direction.
What about all this blood and stuff over here?
From the woman's account, it was a very violent altercation. The fact that she so blatantly admitted to spitting on her partner was quite shocking, and it also gives us a good idea of the type of person she is.
No, because the second I opened the window and started screaming, then he would stop. And I just want to find a cell phone at this point.
Okay.
I just want to find a phone because if I do have to hit him, he will hit me back.
Okay.
And he is gonna win.
Do you have, is that a scratch on your neck?
Yes. Okay. And he had me like this, and
How do you like what?
He had me. Yes.
Okay.
Right here on the back porch.
What, was he trying to prevent you from going outside?
Correct. He was trying to prevent me from going outside. No, I was walking inside, and he was preventing me from walking inside, getting away from him. And
why did you run outside?
Because I thought he was going to ruin my plants.
Okay.
I thought he was going to, because I love my plants, and I thought he was going to start destroying my plants.
Okay.
And then, so he starts ripping down the lights. That's fine, whatever. And then he had me like this, and I came at him with this, and missed. And then he grabbed it out of my hand and threw me back in a chokehold and said, "When are you going to stop?" and tried to just wrestle me too.
Like, when are you going to stop what?
When am I going to stop? Doing what I'm doing, telling him that we're done, whatever the argument basically.
If you listen closely, you can already notice a few plot holes in the woman's story. Not only do her details keep changing, but she also gave herself away by admitting that her boyfriend had already asked her to stop.
She was in your face then?
Yeah, and we have a history of her making my belongings disappear when we're fighting. So my first instinct was to get my important and get that away from her and get myself out of here.
Okay.
And so I'm just trying to pack my up, and in the course of that, she's walking in and out every 30 seconds, gets in her car. So I thought she was leaving. I shut the doors and locked because I don't want any surprises after that. And she comes running up here, slings the window open, dives in the window, shoves me, spits in my face, and then is just right back to like following me around. You know, I grabbed something, she's trying to snatch it, and I was trying to take some from the pergola back there, and she came out of the broom and was just wailing on me with it. And I mean, there was like me just trying to hold her and not
hold her to do what?
To prevent her from swinging on me.
The boyfriend's conversation with the officer tells us of a long and toxic history between the two, and for some reason, his version of events seemed more sincere. In the end, the officer had to determine who was at fault here and how to proceed.
Okay, and then you guys got in here. Then what's the first point to get physical?
when she jumped through the window.
So nothing was physical before then. She just jumped through the window, and then what happened?
She snatched the window open, jumped through there, shoved me, and spit in my face.
Where was that? Where did that happen?
The living room.
Okay, she spit in your face, and then what did you do?
I took my hat off, wiped the spit off, and went back to packing my.
And then,
she wasn't like still in my face trying to be.
What incident happened in the bedroom? In the bedroom with the corner of the door. Did you pin her in to the corner of the door, behind the door over there?
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. So no, I was just grabbing some clothes so I can have a couple changes of clothes, and she starts snatching out of my hand, and then she shoved me again.
So where did all the scratch marks and stuff come from?
What's that?
The scratch marks, where did those all come from?
Where?
I don't mean where, but the scratch marks are all over you.
From her, like.
But yeah, I understand. But
The man seemed honest and corroborated the major points in the woman's story. However, from his version of events, it was clear that in this situation, the female was the antagonist. Do you think his calm demeanor was a front, or was the woman unhinged?
Defending myself?
so listen, in the state of Florida, domestic violence laws are very specific when it comes to people living together and putting their hands on each other.
But he followed me to every room.
Would you listen to
Yes,
me for
I'm
a
so
second?
sorry.
Okay, I'm going to explain this to you. Okay. We have to find a primary aggressor or somebody that furders the fight or the incident. Okay.
But if nobody was here, then who can dictate that?
Yeah. Just like the factors. Okay, so the part that your argument was separated until the point where you took the screen off the door and came back in.
Well,
I'm not.
we weren't arguing
I'm getting there. Okay. Okay. You have the right. This is your house. You can go in and out of the window all you want. Okay. But you coming back in. Okay. The argument getting flared back up.
But did
just,
you look at the videos on my phone?
I did. It's
All of them?
they're just. No, you showed me one video. You said you had one video, and
Oh,
I watched the whole thing.
I'm sorry.
I understand. Okay. Are there any? But the videos are going to show what the whole
But
thing.
it's him chasing me to the backyard, to the laundry room, into the other room.
What do you mean by chasing you?
He was following me around the house and putting me into a chokehold over and over.
For some reason, it looked like the woman didn't even really believe her own story. She was immensely shocked at being arrested, but the officers were sure they were making the right call.
Okay. And you guys both have physical injuries. Somebody has to go to jail.
Go ahead, it's not him.
Okay.
It's me.
It's so based on everything we're going with. Okay. Identified you right now as a primary aggressor. Okay. That's not. Just listen to me.
But can you see where his teeth are on him, or where the teeth marks are?
I see where the marks.
Me out?
I see where the marks on both of you are.
Okay, but did you guys
Okay.
even look at me? I haven't even looked at myself yet. I don't know
Yes.
where I have more bruising potentially.
I just told you. You guys both have injuries. I see that. Okay. You guys. I mean, really, you guys are both wrong.
I'm
Neither-
not saying I'm right or wrong,
I'm
but I
just-
called you guys because I was scared.
And I understand that's why we're here, and you're no longer in danger anymore.
Right. So why am I
Okay.
just
Because you're missing what I'm saying. I don't have the luxury of just leaving. I don't have any discretion here. The law dictates that a primary aggressor be identified during a domestic violence
that's
situation
not
and you be removed from that. I understand that. Okay. But that's what's happening right now. You are domestic partners and you guys got into a physical altercation that caused physical injury to both of you. One of you have to go, and based on the circumstances right now, you appear to be the primary aggressor.
Even after the officer's explanation, the woman kept insisting she was the victim. Somehow she thought that she couldn't be arrested just because she was the one who called the cops. Unfortunately, she was in for a rude awakening.
Because I feel like you don't understand who the biggest aggressor was.
I'm still listening.
I know I'm getting me being locked out and wanting to be inside my house. I was in the car.
Okay, which I told you, you have the right to be. I'm just simply saying that the progression of events that goes into it, because it's not just one event that I'm judging this whole thing on. It's just the overall circumstances, and you have to understand that right now that law is in place to forcibly separate two people that are violent,
Right.
to prevent any further injury to either one of you. Okay, I'm not saying that he is not guilty, but I'm just simply saying now, but based on the statute, okay, and the facts that we have, you are the primary aggressor.
How so? If he's putting his hands around my, can you at least look at my neck?
I'm looking at you.
Putting his hands on my neck because he's a wrestler. He can choke me out.
I understand.
Push me against a
Listen
hard
to me. Listen
object.
to me. Okay. Those can all be explained.
She simply couldn't understand the concept of being the primary aggressor, but in this altercation, she was the one who re-inflamed things again. However, her attempt at faking innocence didn't get her very far, and she has no visible marks on her neck to back up her claim of being choked.
This is your victim's rights packet. And I'm assuming you've already talked to Officer Ponte here and everything. Listen, I mean, This is like a 49% fault issue at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going with the fact that she came back through the window, reinitiated a fight that you guys should have been separated continuously for, so therefore egging the fight to continue on. Okay. You both have no business putting your hands on each other. Okay. I mean, that's really what it is. I mean, you were, like I said, a % away from going to jail too.
I understand.
Okay, so, I mean, that's for whatever feelings or what you might have of her, but this is what happens, and now she's going to jail. So, because you got to figure out some way to just be adults and not put your hands on each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a scratch or is that a bite?
Oh, that's a bite.
That's a bite.
The officer had to explain the severity of the situation to the boyfriend as well. The man seemed to take this pretty seriously, and the bloody bite and scratch marks across his body definitely proved that he was the one who got off worse.
That's what you're missing. Okay, none of what either one of you did to each other is okay.
I didn't say it was okay. I was on the phone still.
I understand that, but you said, well, that's okay. Well, it's not okay. None of the behaviors on either part of you guys was okay.
But then how come he's not getting in trouble at all? He's not being reprimanded or detained or anything. And he was the one who was initially aggressive.
Yeah. Are we calling your mom to take care of the car?
I'm speaking to her.
Or she's on the phone now?
Yes, that's what I was.
Since the officers weren't listening to her arguments anymore, the only thing left was for her mom to come pick up the car. When that was done, this violent woman was booked into Martin County Jail. She was later charged with battery, touch, or strike. Up next is yet another domestic incident, and this one took place in Santa Rosa County. On the 21st of February, police were called about a young man assaulting his girlfriend and damaging her car. And suffice it to say that when the officers arrived, it was a chaotic scene.
Who did this? Maybe. You ain't going back real quick. Push that off. Huh? Mom! Mom! Hey. No! 119 got one running. Get on the ground.
119, we're here.
Find the current location. Going northbound. Running towards Paddlewood.
Running northbound.
He's laying on the ground in a yard now.
Instead of owning up to his mistakes, the suspect tried his luck in getting away from the officers. Unfortunately, this led to a nasty run-in with their tasers. And this guy learned the hard way why you don't run from police. He still ended up in handcuffs, just the more painful way.
I'm sorry.
You're an idiot.
I'm with my mom.
How old are you?
What do you mean? I just so had him almost 15.
Whoever this scored me. What'd you catch yourself on?
I tased him. I only hit him with one probe.
It's so weird.
Hey, roll over on the other side. Hey, roll over.
Hey, man,
I ain't grabbing that bloody arm. Roll over again.
all right.
Bring these up to your stomach. Yeah. Lift up. There you go. There you go. Come on. Stand up.
Once he was handcuffed, the young man had the nerve to call out to the girl he'd just beaten to a pulp. And if that wasn't pathetic enough, he then cried out for his mom. He was then loaded into the cop car, but somehow things were about to get even worse.
What do you need an inhaler for? Why are you running if you need an inhaler?
Asthma.
Asthma? You having an attack right now?
Yeah.
All right. Advise EMS. My 1012 also needs an ambulance. He has asthma and is having an attack.
I'm feeling myself for some reason. I don't know why.
I got an ambulance coming for you. Just kind of concentrate on breathing.
Everything's getting black.
It's because you've been running, man.
My mom.
You're an adult. You don't need your mom.
No.
You're an adult.
Who is he to her? It's her boyfriend, but my son, unfortunately. And I didn't mean to say unfortunately, but I'm just saying it's just not changing. And I've literally told her to leave, and she won't listen to me.
In case you missed it, in a disgraceful turn of events, the suspect admitted to relieving himself in the back of the cop car. The young man's behavior is a bit more understandable when we meet his mother, who seems to be blaming his beaten-up girlfriend.
You're safe. Everything's all right. What's that? Okay, just take a couple deep breaths for me, okay? Just in and out. Okay, I know a lot's going on right now. And I'm gonna try to figure out what all happened today, okay? I know she said you guys just got here, right? Okay. Where were you coming from? Do you remember?
We were coming from Wilderness Landing. We were sleeping out. And then we got into a fight. They called the cops.
At Wilderness Landing? Okay.
And he got in the driver's seat. He was either I got in the car and he drove off with me, or he was going to take my car and drive off and I wasn't going to have any service.
Nothing could have prepared us for how swollen the young girl's face was. And she was in quite a state when talking to the officers. After giving a brief description of what happened, the girl started opening up towards the officer.
So I noticed that you have injuries on your face. You have, a black eye. Your cheek is swollen. How did you get those injuries?
The black eye was a couple days ago. My busted lip was last night.
Okay.
And my cheek was today.
Okay. Was that while you guys were in the vehicle?
No.
It was at
My cheek was right then and there at the corner when one of the neighbors literally ripped him out of the car because he was hitting me.
From what the girl said, the young man hits her quite often. She mentioned that a neighbor jumped in and saved her. Clearly, a heroic act. Before the officer moves on to continue investigating, she gives the young girl a safe space to talk and share more about the toxic relationship she's in.
He's extremely suicidal. He kept telling me over and over. We've been on and off for almost 3 years.
Okay.
His biggest threat is he's gonna kill himself if I leave.
Okay.
And we've broken up before and we got back together after a month.
Okay.
I was really just trying to go back home. I kept telling him, let me just take my things and just leave.
The young girl was tearing up and extremely scared. And from what we gather, her boyfriend was extremely conniving and intimidating.
Yesterday was a court case for battery.
For you as the victim?
Yeah, in Crisfield.
Okay. Are you guys living together at the tent site?
We were, but not anymore. We packed everything.
Okay.
My name's Nick. I'm a paramedic. What happened?
Battery.
Yeah.
Then we learned that there was a court case just the previous day for the same issue between the couple. And that's when things became even more serious. Thankfully, the paramedics arrived to check out her very visible injuries.
I thought you were just screaming for your mom.
Yeah, that was screaming for mom.
That's kind of weird to do.
What do you mean? I don't know.
You're 21.
He came and seen it first, kind of intervened.
Okay.
The car pulled up right at the corner right there, and I saw him kind of he was using his elbows and hands to kind of beat on the windshield.
Okay.
I think he shattered it with his elbow.
Okay.
And then she let him in the car, and then at that point I was already kind of getting out, and I saw her hit her, and her head kind of went into the driver's side window, and that's when I hit her.
Okay, so she was in the driver's seat at the time that she was hit. Do you remember, was it like a closed fist, like a punch or a slap, or you just...
It had to be a closed fist.
Okay.
Her head recoiled, but I didn't see it.
Okay, so you saw the motion of him, like, swinging at her?
Several
Okay.
times. I just saw the one hit that got her pretty solid. And at that point, I pulled him out.
Okay, do you remember, was the door open or closed at that point? Okay.
The passenger door was like cracked open.
Okay. And then was he standing outside of the vehicle, do you remember, or was he inside, like on top of her? Okay.
Hearing the officer tell the suspect how weird it was that he called out for his mom was incredibly satisfying, but it looked like the kid didn't understand the criticism. The neighbor who stepped in clearly made the right choice, and we definitely need more good Samaritans like this guy.
You got the adrenaline going right now, you got hit, there's a lot more that could be going on, so, and like I said, they can document all this bruising, all this stuff.
And you can't see what's going on inside.
Yeah, I mean, they probably need to scan your head and make sure, okay?
You can have internal injuries that you can't see or feel.
Can I wait until my mom gets here?
Where's she coming from?
Yes.
Okay. That's up to them. So what happened between you and your girlfriend today?
We've both been on drugs, and she becomes very violent and was antagonizing.
Okay.
And we just had an event where we were at the campground.
When the officer interviewed him, it's funny how the suspect immediately tried to place the blame on his girlfriend. Unfortunately for him, the girl's beat-up face was irrefutable proof that could not be argued against.
I thought there's styrofoam freaking plates at her. I took a roll of styrofoam plates and she beat the crap out of me and like slammed me on my hip. And I got back up and I hit her with a bag of styrofoam plates that should be in the back of the car still.
Okay.
And sorry.
That's okay. Take your time.
I'm trying to think. It was a really eventful night. So then after that, she started throwing she slung I think it was a 2x4 and then a broom pole at me, and I dodged the broom pole, and that's how that damage to the mirror happened on the car.
And this was all last night?
Last night, but
okay. So what happened today?
No, I'm not done yet.
Oh, okay.
And then she made me run from the cops.
Last night?
She was trying to turn off the lights and run.
Okay.
It's no huge surprise that his story did not line up with hers, and his nervous demeanor made it clear that he was not being truthful. In a wildly audacious move, he told the cop to shush, and his questioning only worsened.
She attacked me first. She's a very offensive woman.
Okay.
I'm usually on the defense.
Gotcha.
So I'm a string bean. I can't do much. What is it? So we pulled over and we talked about it and we promised we never hit each other again. And then we were on the way here, and I just didn't want to go near people. I wanted to spend all day with her today. I grew up watching my stepdad beat my mom, and I think of him as a monster, and I can't live with myself like that. And I told her I'd like to spend my day with you than by myself. She was going to leave me here. As soon as I did it, I started realizing what I did because I black out whenever I get like that. So I didn't take my medicine today. I have anxiety, and it's almost something. It's depression medicine, and I didn't take any of this today. We ain't eating today, so we were both probably hangry. And she wouldn't let me in the car, and I freaked out. And as soon as I freaked out, I was being ripped off.
The suspect's attempts at making himself look innocent were totally appalling, and everyone was growing tired of his lies at this point. His excuses were also just too random, and if this guy were to be believed, it would have to have been the worst case of hangriness ever.
It bites her worse than anything.
Okay, where did she bite you?
I don't remember. You have to ask her. I don't really remember because right after that, right after she bit me, he ripped me off.
That's when he took you out?
He ripped me, beat the hell out of me. He hit me in the head about 6 times, punched me in the ribs about a bunch more times, rolled me around, hit me some more.
Okay.
And then I laid on the ground, and then I walked and went over to the car, and I started telling her I was so sorry, and I didn't mean to. And I promised that we would never do this again.
It's so pathetic to listen to the suspect complain about being hurt. He couldn't even tell the officers where he claimed he was bitten. By the sound of it, the neighbor gave this guy a good reality check, and we can't say that he didn't deserve it.
So many people love you. I just don't understand.
I gotta do some things with Instagram. I'm sorry, I closed the door. I love you.
Okay, so this is just some resources in case you need it, okay? Instructions on how to take out an injunction if you need it. However, the judge could issue a no contact stipulation. However, if you need further protection, also some shelters as well, some resources, counseling services.
Unbelievably, the suspect's mother was coddling him as he was being loaded into the ambulance. Maybe this is why he'd never change. Apart from this, the victim was provided all the information she'd need to stay far away from this abusive young man.
The charges were dropped.
Okay.
Because he told me he was going to change, and I believed him.
Okay, so that was requested by you.
Because he manipulated me.
Okay.
And then we got into an argument last night. That's why my driver's side mirrors broke. Right. He shattered it. He shattered my back taillight. Punched it. That's why his hand's bleeding.
I did have one more question that just reminded me. During the incident that happened in the vehicle here, were you able to defend him off in any way? Did you do any strikes, any defensive, anything that you can remember?
I tried shoving him off, and my bite. I can't. I'm very tiny. I'm weak. I don't have any muscle in my bones. The only thing I could do is bite.
The victim shared that the previous day she dropped the charges against him, but she now seemed angry, and this seemed to be the best possible progression of emotions. Now let's just hope she stands up for herself and never takes him back. The man was charged with resisting arrest, property damage, and domestic violence battery. He violated the injunction against him, which led to another arrest 1 month later. On the 14th of April, 2024, a concerning call came in Lake City, Florida, with a man saying that his ex-girlfriend was basically stalking him.
You did like how about we start playing with
Okay, this is what happened last night. Right. The officer already came last night and told me that I could stay because I stayed there. My address proof of address is not there at all. I live
so
there.
Are y'all together?
And then no, listen, I was at the back of the truck trying to get something out the back of the truck, and that's when he started to drive off and straight to State City.
Okay.
And I was trying to tell him to stop the car because he was speeding the whole way down here, and that's what happened.
So you been in the bed of the truck the entire time?
The whole entire time. He was speeding the whole entire time. I was telling him to stop. He didn't want to listen.
Liar.
That's not. I'm not a liar. How am I a liar? You speed the whole way down here.
So I tried to call y'all. What y'all did?
Please help me, man. Stop listening to women. Help me sometimes. I don't even have my ID at the house.
That's fine.
That's my car, man. I'm going back to my house because I didn't know why you told me to do that.
The woman was the one who was freaking out and being irate. It was already concerning that she'd snuck into the bed of his truck without his permission, and that's probably why the man was begging for help from the police.
Yes, I do live there. I do live there.
I'm coming to my house, bro.
Last night, you already was told last night. He's night because he said that.
Ma'am, sit.
No,
No, right the we done.
He was already told last night.
You have a middle issue?
Butterfly. He was already told last night. Butterfly.
Skipping past any commentary on the woman's middle name being Butterfly, it was clear that this thing was more of a screaming match than anything else. While her rights were being read, she was extremely belligerent, making it difficult for the officers to get a handle on things.
So when did you do this? Why did you damage the window?
Because I was trying to tell him to get his attention to stop. He's speeding the whole entire time.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure you can't hear me. I'm just begging it with my hand and stuff like that. So he was just, but he's really mad about last night because he lied to the officer last night.
All right.
So I saw him coming back this way, and I see him pass.
Well, I seen when you left.
He saw you.
So he turned in there. So I was turning around and trying to go back over there.
The cops somehow got caught up in how they were flagged down by the man, and as they inspected the large crack that the seemingly innocent woman had left in the back window of the truck, they began to wonder how she caused it. Of all things, it turned out to be a can of vegetables. Just watch how this unfolds.
What is this window live on? A who?
A vegetable can.
A vegetable can? You said vegetable can in there?
Yeah, right now. It is.
Okay. All right. Step out one. Sorry? Stand by your left on me. Stand by your left on me.
The police officers had had enough and decided to put the woman in handcuffs, since in this case, she was obviously the insane one. She acted a bit shocked at first, but you might want to brace yourself for her coming tantrum.
He lied to the officer all night. He's a liar.
Yeah, you know, but it was on the jacket.
He was a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar.
It was on the jacket. Stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Stop. Stop. Wrong.
He's a liar. He's a liar.
Stop.
Y'all not listening to me.
Ma'am, listen.
What?
Stop it.
What?
Regardless of the fact, they don't give you the right to damage this truck.
Okay, I was telling him to stop. He was holding me against my will. What did y'all don't get? Let go.
You keep going and we give you resistance.
Stop.
Now, we're pretty sure you can't claim to be held against your will when you're the one who snuck into someone's vehicle. But facts like these just go right over the woman's head. The incessant toddler whining wasn't a good look on her either.
Stop! Let go of me!
Her tantrum was doing no good whatsoever, and since this woman was clearly not calming down, they then moved on to interview the ex-boyfriend, who was the driver of the truck, and unfortunately got entangled with this loony woman.
Your girlfriend?
She was my girlfriend. For the past month, I've been trying to get rid of her. I've been packed her. I'm from Suwannee County.
Okay.
I've been Suwannee won't help me, so I brought her home, like I told her. She damaged people's. I'm telling you. I've been dealing with this.
So I'm trying to make sense of it. So you drove from.
I wouldn't show you on the camera, but she must have unplugged my Wi-Fi.
So when did the window damage happen?
Just not in Columbia.
Okay.
The man was quite upset at all the damage she'd caused, and it didn't seem like he was getting the help he needed. Meanwhile, back at the cop car, the still screaming woman managed to slip her handcuffs.
Yeah, weird number.
Your hand, my wrist, I already told you my hand is hurt.
Okay.
Stop, it's too tight. Stop. Help. Help.
Hey.
Stop.
Get back in the car.
Stop it. Stop it. Damn, dude.
Stop. Let go of me.
Since this woman was doing anything but cooperating, it was absolutely impossible for the cops to work with her. Instead, this woman squealed like a pig, expecting everyone to buy into her victim act.
Stop it. Yeah, watch out.
Watch out, Kenny. Let's do it. Let's get crazy. I got something, but it's too late now. She already backed up. You want to risk open that door again? Hey.
The wrist is tiny.
Yeah, and even her ankles. My harbor restraints are way too big for her ankles.
They too small. Cause even the cuff, the one on it's past the last.
People like this, who are aggressive for no reason, make police officers' jobs much more difficult than they need to be. And of course the cops were making no progress with her. Even before this ordeal, can you imagine what the ex-boyfriend must have gone through?
I was trying to make sense what the hell is going on. Because when I got out, that's when she jumped.
I don't know what it is. Something wrong with her. I don't know.
When I got here, that's when she jumped out the back of the truck, then jumped inside the truck. That's when y'all pulled up. She was inside it. She was in the bed of the truck. From live over. So
would
she broke the window by Harvey's.
The back door?
Yes, corner. She was trying to get him to stop because he was speeding this way.
When even the officers are dumbfounded at how crazy someone's acting, you know it's pretty much next level. Believe it or not, this story gets even more unhinged when we learn about the incidents leading up to the scene.
I ain't paying her no attention. I'm just trying to move the RV. She's nowhere by me. So when I decide to go get a battery, I'm walking to the truck. She runs in front of me and hop in the truck, in the back of the truck, because I keep the doors locked so she don't hop in my truck, because I don't want no altercation. So while I'm leaving, before I leave, she hops in the bed of the truck. So when she hops in the bed of the truck, like I told you, I was headed to the store. I didn't tell her to get in my truck.
So did she stay with you last night for her to be at your house?
She was outside. I locked my house up so she can't get in my house. She been outside since last night.
So she been outside.
I got it boarded up so she can't get in my house.
It sounded like a serious case of stalking. This woman was tailing her ex-boyfriend obsessively, even spending the previous night outside his boarded-up house. Maybe intervention from law enforcement would finally snap this woman back to reality. But given what we've seen, the chances aren't looking good.
This is last night. I had burning fire at my house.
So why didn't you call the police when all this was happening?
I called him last night. Here go the cops right here.
Talk to the police or the sheriff department.
I wasn't home last night. Okay. I was looking on my cameras.
So when did you get home?
This morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was trying to just move the RV. One of these is the cops riding through my property.
Okay.
Oh, here go the cop right here last night. After they left.
Did she just slip outside?
Yeah.
When the victim showed the officers the footage of the woman making a fire outside his house the previous night, there was no longer any doubt that she was absolutely off her rocker. Now the question was how to get this woman to stop acting crazy. She was ultimately charged with resisting arrest and 14 other charges. On November 23, 2023, a distraught husband visited the Findlay, Ohio police station. Things were so heated between him and his wife that he had to get a protection order, and it was subsequently violated by the wife. This is what he told the cops about the very tense situation.
I got a CPO form from her against her.
For who?
My wife.
Okay. Who's that?
That's my daughter.
No. Who's your wife?
Oh,
okay.
I'm sorry. And she
Why don't you
had
come back
been.
here? I'll take back the interview.
All right.
So I see that.
So,
this is CPO, right?
Yeah, and I know one of the officers out there was one of them that came to the house this morning.
The man had his ducks in a row, and going to the police station was definitely the right call. He explained the situation to the officer and then shared the threats she'd made against him. And fair warning, they're quite rough.
It even says in her one text and a voicemail, a voice text, that she says, I don't care whether I get a CPO or not, I'm coming for you, and I'm coming for what I want.
Effective until 01/2024. Okay. So go ahead and show me those texts or whatever she sent you.
Okay. Go here. Here, I'll let you listen to these.
Hello, this is Stalking. Hi. How are my grandson? I'd really like to know.
This is not important, but there is more in behind it.
Now, my plan was to move back home and visit me, but obviously that's not going to work out, and I'm not allowed to have my mail either. I just don't understand why I can't have my debit card, my Eagles card, or my new dress. Now, your dad can deliver those to Donna, the neighbor, and I can pick those up there. If they aren't there, come Tuesday, my hammer's going to meet your daddy. Probably.
My what's going to meet your dad?
What?
What'd she say? My what's going to meet your dad?
Hammer.
Hammer.
And that's what she used on my door.
I'm so bloody scared to wake it in his boots. Because it's about time that the shoe is on the other foot. Your daddy couldn't protect you from me. I asked him to, but he couldn't help me.
From when she beat my daughter.
You can already hear the craziness and the agitation in the woman's voice. And also the fact that she'd sent her own kids messages like this is totally wild. She had no other concern in the world but getting back at her husband. Thankfully, now the officers would be paying her a visit.
I can't hear you. You have to come out here and talk to me.
No help to get it in. That's what's going on. He lied to you. He told you I attacked him. I have never touched him ever in a day in my life.
He didn't tell me you attacked him.
He cheats on me. He lies to you.
I can't hear you. You gotta come outside and talk to me.
That's what you need to know. Goodbye. Have a good day, officer. Have a good day, officer.
Okay, come out here and speak to me quick and we'll settle this.
You are not part of my life. Thank
No,
you.
I
Have a good day.
It was no surprise that Lori, the unhinged woman in question, was less than cooperative with the officers. Instead of acting like a normal, civilized person, she dramatically shut the door in the officer's face, thinking that would make her problems go away.
You may either leave this property because I asked you to, or you may arrest me and put me in jail because that's the only place anybody's ever going to love me. Thank you, sir. Get the off my property.
Come out here and talk to me then.
I have no place to go. I have no job.
I'm trying to get your side of the story. If you come out here and talk to me, I can help you out.
How?
So I can get your side of the story.
Telling me what I am?
I'm not trying to tell you anything. You just go out here and
You have to. Like, why are you here? He wasn't even supposed to be stressed out by someone's getting here to dog.
Okay.
My trailer smells like dog piss.
Okay.
He closed my leg in a door and laughed.
I might be able to help you out with some of that.
You guys laugh at me too. So, why do I need your help again? Thank you.
Well, if you come out here and talk to me, I can tell you.
It looks like somewhere along the way, Lori here had lost her marbles, and the crazy shouting was just getting worse by the minute. Lori's claim that jail was the only place she'd been loved was strange in itself, but somehow things got even more wacky.
I got a bogus charge from that over there to do nothing but make my life harder. I am going through a divorce and burying this woman.
Okay, so bring that back for me. Okay.
You're gonna arrest me for what? No, let me have a. No, this ain't fair. I didn't do anything. There's a dog in there that needs taken care of. Why are you arresting me?
We'll explain all
I will, but let me go and let me have a cigarette. You came on false pretenses. That's false pretenses.
Start kicking. I don't want to.
I'm not gonna kick. I'm not a violent woman. I am not a violent woman.
Well, then don't be.
I'm not. I'm not being violent. You break my heart, I'm gonna kill you. Just let me have a cigarette, please. Please. Ouch! 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 Ouch!
When Lori finally made her appearance, the woman's seething attitude escalated. And of course, the handcuffs didn't help the situation at all. Hilariously, this woman went from claiming to be innocent to threatening the cops seconds later, proving exactly why the handcuffs were necessary.
I don't even have a shoe on. You're ready to arrest me. Help me up! Without hurting me! Now, you said I could have a cigarette.
I won't.
I just want a cigarette.
I will help you. Let me see this guy. Hey, Lori.
Give me a cigarette. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
No!
Come on. I do not want to have to drag you out of there. Please don't do this.
Not having a shoe on is one of the strangest excuses someone's ever used to avoid arrest, and it was clear that Lori was up to a lot of tricks. This was just the first of the many wild claims she'd make during the arrest.
Don't even have one that is lit. I don't have a shoe on. I don't have a coat. I have a dog in there. All right. All right, everybody listen up. This is the thanks I get for loving my husband, and you, stupid, for getting me in trouble for nothing. All I did was try to take care of Doris. You did everything to with me. My phone, my shoe, my cigarette.
My bad.
Now, can I get a key to my house, please? I want a key. I have a right. For a cigarette, a coat, and a key.
If she'd been given more time, she'd surely name every excuse in existence. Thankfully, the officers wasted no time whatsoever in getting her detained. That one officer who picked up the body cam was hilarious. It's like he knew this would end up on YouTube.
I didn't do anything wrong. You got you stupid came in here and arrested me. Yes, I called you stupid because you lied to me. You did.
I wanted to talk to you.
You said you wanted to talk to me, not arrest me and put me in handcuffs. So let's go. Let's go. I gotta have some control over something in my life. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Tiffany, call 911. Get me a lawyer.
Lori wasn't shy about cursing at the officers and hurling insults at them, but luckily, the cops are trained to handle these impossible situations. Also, calling 911 for a lawyer is one we've never heard of.
Listen, don't step on that property. You will get arrested. Don't you make me step on that property. I'm not gonna have a lighter if you're gonna let me have a cigarette. You said I could have a cigarette.
But then you broke it.
Really? I broke it?
Yeah, that's not more than that.
Guys are lying, cheat, son of a just like my husband. Every man.
Thank you, Lori.
Every
Thank you.
cigarette. Now.
We missed that opportunity.
Now. Yeah, I'm pissed. That's what I knew you was. I should have never you door. You let me help you. Let me help you. Yeah, you help him, didn't you?
The officers completed the challenging task of loading Lori into the cop car, only to have to endure a terribly noisy ride to the jailhouse. This woman was completely out of touch with reality, raising concern about the frazzled and aggressive state she was in.
Do you want your daughter to go get your dog?
No, you leave my dog sick. You took me from my dog. It's your responsibility to figure it out.
Well, I just tried to, and you don't want me to.
No, officer, you lied to me.
No.
Lied. You said, come on outside.
I just didn't give you the whole truth.
I gave you every bit of truth. You don't believe that's your problem, dude. I don't lie. He does. I gave you 100% truth. What more do you need from me? I admit everything.
I just needed to arrest you.
Ignoring Lori's insanely rude attitude to the officers, she wouldn't even accept help when it was offered. Instead, her belligerent yelling continued.
Now, do you understand, officer? Oh, I'm here to help you. Come talk to me.
I don't know why I gotta make my voice sound like that.
Come talk to me, Lori. I can help you. What's your deal? Seriously? How do you live with yourself? How do you look in the mirror? Is there a wife on your arm? How can she be proud to look at you and ask? Or even think I might respect this man? That's what I want. I want a man I can respect. You ain't one of them either. Patronize it. What you all are. Do what you gotta do, officer. I'll do what I gotta do. And this ain't gonna stop me, just so you know.
Her hilarious impersonation of the officer sounded like some stereotypical witch in cartoons. And even though she was crazy as a loon, she was putting on quite the show. The officer, who's probably seen this show plenty of times, was predictably unfazed.
Thank you for going that window for the world here.
It's hot in here.
You're so good to me, officer. Thank you for your help.
I was trying to
I appreciate it a lot. Thank you for your help, officer.
Oh.
Finally, Lori arrived at the jail and could be booked in. However, she was just as explosive as she was before, and her comments were unsavory to say the least. Lori was charged with resisting arrest and violating a protection order. In a more severe case, we moved to Columbus, Ohio. It was May of 2022 when officers responded to a local residence following a domestic violence call. The male involved had found his ex cheating, and what followed was an intense rampage.
What's going on?
Basically, they broke up.
Who's he to you?
That's my cousin's boyfriend. Her ex. I'm sorry. Please leave. Quit talking to me.
Time out.
Quit talking to me.
Time out.
Anyway, he came back basically being disrespectful in front of the kids.
Okay.
They broke up.
All right.
He already took all his. Yes, you did. He already took all his.
Hey, yo, I can't listen to everybody at once. Chill out.
Basically, he already took all his.
All right.
Now he's coming back on some bitter. Took the refrigerator and all the like.
Okay.
But the way he doing it, he's going about it wrong.
Okay.
So he called y'all saying I wouldn't let him out. The door was closed. Yes, I have my gun. I'm licensed to carry. So I keep my gun. He knows that.
Okay. All right.
That's
so
why
so
that's
who,
why
who
I
are
came
these?
too.
Who are these people?
That's his cousin that he called, and that's my cousin.
Okay. All right. Okay.
To say that the officer arrived at a chaotic scene would be completely an understatement. The female's cousin briefly explained things to the cop, but it was pretty hard to focus since behind them, the couple was having an extreme fighting match.
What's up? Like, what's happening? Like, come on, somebody tell me something.
Bye.
Like, what is that?
What? I'm do hair. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was like,
exactly.
I thought you were about to stab him. I'm like, dang, chill. Like, ain't that serious? All right, so what's going on? Like, somebody tell me
He
something.
came a week ago to get all his stuff out.
Okay.
He has no clothing, no nothing. I have the messages where he said I'm moving out. I'm done.
Okay.
Now he came back. Remember, this was a week ago. Came back. Now he's talking about all this is his. No, it's not. When we moved in here, we went half on everything.
Okay.
I paid for us to move in this house. I put $5,000. We've been here for a year now.
So basically, if I'm understanding, this is like a big dispute over property, right?
Yeah, because we're breaking up.
Okay.
That's not yours, sir.
Hey, hun.
I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now.
This is my house.
We don't look. I'll tell both of y'all. Look, hey, can you listen to me real quick?
What's up?
We don't like don't be disrespectful.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. Look, we
But
don't
you understand the situation.
I get it.
And
I listen. Can I talk?
But these motherfuckers is blocking me in the house.
Okay. Can I talk?
She's trying to stab me with that motherfucker.
You are lying on my kids, bro. You're so
Hey,
what's up?
All right, listen. I'm gonna tell both of y'all right now. We do not divvy up property, okay? Ever.
So it's mine.
Time out.
No,
Ever.
it's not.
In any scenario, we just don't do it. Okay.
The officer had a hard time talking to the couple since they constantly went off topic and started berating one another. The officer needed to find a solution, even though this wasn't the kind of issue they usually deal with, and the people involved were not being particularly helpful.
What the f is you talking about? Yeah, I am disrespectful, you.
Okay, so here's
I'm paying all the bills.
Yo.
This sucking while I'm gone.
lying. Stop lying. He ain't got nowhere to take
Hey,
it.
hey,
I got storage.
listen.
How about that?
How you gonna put this stuff
Can we
in?
find a day
I'll put the
where like
what you got
you're not
back
here
in
and
the
he
house.
come get his
No.
stuff?
Yeah, we can find a day. Hey,
I
sir,
think that'd be better.
he
so.
took all his stuff already.
Okay.
I'm gone.
Oh, so you
Meaning
got
that
it.
he already.
All right.
Meaning that he already left. I have the text message. You already moved out.
Okay.
Now you're breaking and entering because you don't live here no more. You voluntarily moved out.
Still on the lease till I leave.
Voluntarily
We
moved
won't
out.
be able to do anything with that. So
You
You're not taking the leases after that. You can take him to court. He's not.
She can do whatever she wants.
He's not taking. He's not taking this.
Well, as they say, there's a fine line between love and hate, and this couple's clearly crossed over into the violent hatred stage. They're arguing like children, and it was abundantly clear that they lacked any conflict resolution skills.
hey, stop for 1 second. Let me talk. If anybody puts hands on somebody in front of us, you understand we're going to do our job. Do we all understand this?
I'm not moving.
Do we all understand this?
Yes.
Okay. I can't make her move. I can't move. Okay. Okay, and then we'll leave. So I mean, it is what it is. So I'm sorry it's like that, but I'm just telling you, like, you guys got to figure something out. No. Because I don't like putting DV charges on people.
But that's what he's doing at this point. Exactly.
It's not, but still.
That's cheating on me.
So what?
Hey, young lady.
You think you about to
How is this help?
And I paid
It's not helping, but you're not about to. I got kids. You're not doing that. You don't put all the food out my refrigerator like you grow up.
For the most part, the cops could just stand and watch as these furious toddlers raged and yelled at each other. The man was yelling angrily while moving the large appliances he claimed to be his. But soon enough, he wasn't just moving stuff around.
I can do that. It's my shit.
Yes, sir.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I can do this. I can do this.
Sorry, no, sir. I gotta get it back. Here you go.
This is my
Look at this.
right. I can do this, right?
It's your family test.
It's your property. You can
I
do it.
just said I'm throwing away $2,000.
Why did you get $2,000?
It was just, she had her permit. That was her gun, so she handed it to me.
Yes, sir. Let me go get my keys.
As of right now, this look, it's not. No, it was just yeah. I mean, it sucks, but as of right now, you can damage your own property.
You damn right I gotta find out. And you lied to the day. You told me. You did on me.
Hey.
You Saturday morning.
Hey.
Sunday night.
He can keep answering
Yes.
my home, making threats and stuff.
Yes, because he lives here legally. He lives here.
Threats and stuff. I got proof.
You both said he's on the lease, so.
This angry man was making quite a ruckus, and he'd rather prove a point and break his things than let his ex have any of it. Since he wasn't damaging anyone else's property, the cops could only stand by amused in case things escalated.
Now the police here don't get slick.
Don't get slick.
Now you both.
That's the only time you
Now you both.
You had your gun.
Now you both. I keep my gun on me. I'm licensed to carry. I don't care where I go. It's always on me. You know that with your soft. Quit talking to me, my. Quit talking to me. That's what we're gonna do. Quit talking to me, my. You a my. You a my. Flat out.
26 evidence to bullying, 5 males fighting in the middle of the street. Information comes from.
Why you don't go out of your car? So I walk with it. For what? It don't work. I'm sure it's coming for
So going forward.
Somebody talking to me? Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fine. We'll wait.
Can I get a report number 2? You all.
Yeah, and then I'll get your information. So it'll be all back there.
Thank you so much.
It was going to do a miscellaneous report, so it's nothing special. But we're just going to say that we came here and what was happening.
Right.
We'll be done.
That's all that needs to happen. I don't want to record it.
The attitude of the people in front of the cops was absolutely wild, and every single one of them had a mouth like a sailor. Cops were ready to finalize things and leave, but the arguing was not over yet.
Yeah, I'd be upset. I get it, man.
To make him get this.
I'll take care of everything.
But just remember, they like, I'm not saying.
They are catered.
Hey, listen, I'm not saying we're doing it now, but remember, it ain't worth jail, right?
Coming in and being disrespectful.
You ain't trying to lose us.
You ain't got nothing to do with this. You trying to leave. You trying to leave off my property since I live here. I live here. She don't live here. She's not
I know,
my
she invited
I've been
me.
here for 24 hours. You gotta admit me.
Man.
You ain't been here 24 hours. You just pulled up.
No, lady. Hey.
So
You tell her to leave.
Man.
This don't got nothing to do with her.
In order to make him clean up
So
his
fucking
stuff in the yard and with the water and stuff being too heavy, I can't.
But I forgot all of them stuck to somebody at that bar.
Who?
All of them.
Who is all of them?
Oh,
Talk about your mom. Don't talk about me. Cause I don't play like that. Quit playing with me. Yeah, I said it. But I'm not worried about nobody. Call who you gonna call.
I ain't got to call nobody.
All right,
That's what you don't know.
And
you gotta
call. Cause you just called in screaming. I am.
You better
I
be
am.
real
I'm
quick.
trained.
Hey.
I am.
The cops instructed the female to get on the phone with the landlord so things could finally reach a conclusion. But in the meantime, the ex's cousin and the man got into it again. These two seemed to have no common decency, shouting like maniacs right in front of the officers.
Did I pull my gun?
Oh, shit.
Did I pull my gun?
For you, stupid.
I pulled my gun.
Hey.
Talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, the police
All right.
are out here, but you know.
We ain't proving nothing right now.
I got a whole professional license, just like they do, bro. We don't pull
And
my
be
gun
drunk
for.
with your gun.
Who drinks? I have sickle cell. Who drinks? Who drinks?
Put your hand.
Right. Right. Did I say you? Am I close?
I'm
You walked
trying to
towards me.
leave.
I didn't.
I'm trying to leave. She's in my way.
Hey.
Did he
She's in
ask
my
me to
way.
leave? Go. You never asked me if you could go. Go.
I ain't gotta ask you.
Well, go.
Yeah, I took videos and I took pictures of him doing it. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you have the whole
They have anger issues.
You have the whole attack.
Yeah, wouldn't you have done you be cheating on your
Yeah.
Who cheated on my I have been together 5 years. And he was happy. And he was happy.
It's safe to say that every one of these people might benefit from some anger management classes. Not a moment too soon, the man finally walks to his truck, and after yelling a last few insults for good measure, he left the scene.
All right, look, I got a headache. Look, just chill.
We communicated
Look,
that we went
hey,
all the apartments in the house. So
Go argue with him later. Just
he
chill
bought
for a minute.
everything and he tore it up, so it's in front of the yard.
I'd like him to
But I have
leave, so I ain't gonna be here now.
videos
I got other stuff to do today.
We do
Damn.
too.
Yeah, videos and pictures.
You go pick up. Sonny, you got that phone.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably call him now. He's in the truck. He probably calmed down. I don't know. He's outside.
Well, okay. Yeah, let me give him a call.
Okay.
The officer probably felt like he was going deaf from all the incessant whining and screaming, and this investigation couldn't come to an end soon enough. Hopefully, this will be the last these two crazies see of each other. The man left, and neither of them were charged. On the 25th of June, 2024, Logan County police officers received a very concerning 911 call from a local family. The parents in the family got into a heated argument in front of their children. Then things escalated, and allegedly, the mother on scene severely injured her neck after being pushed.
Here, someone hurt?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened?
It's just a big argument.
Big argument.
She's been like this for the last 3 days. It's all been on every single month before. And
It's where we work. We work at Integrity, and we're having issues with the owners right now.
Okay.
And I gave them
35
that a certain employee needed to go, or we were done.
Send the 29.
She's refusing to go back if the employee's gone. I was assured that this person was supposed to be gone. Her stuff's still there. Anna says she's not coming back until her stuff's gone. I went back. She's upset that I even went back for this person, but I'm the one that runs the place.
You run the dealership?
Yes, I just can't not be there,
Okay.
And she thinks that I should, and then she just keeps saying, like, I try to calm her down all day. She keeps going in more detail and being more erratic with her behavior, and it's just like, you need to calm down. You need to stop. And when she gets this way, she keeps pushing me, and I keep telling her to stop and just calm down. But she keeps pushing me and pushing me and pushing me. And I get to the point.
You mean like literally?
No,
or...
like emotional.
Yeah, yeah,
just
okay.
Like words and
Is there anyone else in the house?
Yeah, my brother's in there with me.
How old is he?
He's 16.
16. And you are? Okay. Do you have a license on you real quick, sir? The squad's on its way to check her out.
The officer was met by the father and daughter outside, and they calmly relayed the entire backstory of how things got so out of hand. This multi-day family dispute was quite heated, and unfortunately, things ended up with emergency workers on the scene.
I've told her to go to the doctor.
Okay.
The other daughter just left because she's mad about stuff.
everything turned out last night. And then
Okay.
she packed her stuff with her friend and they just left.
Okay. Well, could you stand up for me real quick? I'll pat you down. Do you have any weapons on you? Any weapons in the house? Just keep your hands out of your pockets.
She doesn't know her, but I don't know her.
Yeah, she has anything.
She does. She don't have anything on her? Okay. All right. So you're not under arrest, okay? But I am going to conduct an investigation, so you're being detained. All right, so go ahead, put your hands behind your back. Like I said, you're not under arrest or anything right now. But
I mean, I'm not gonna do anything.
Yeah. Just so I figure out exactly what happened, okay? Does this feel okay, not too tight?
By the sound of it, the entire family was involved in the drama and either got angry or left. Considering what police officers see on a regular basis, this one was one of the better domestic calls. But for safety, the father was still detained and secured in the cop car.
Did you see her do anything that would cause a normal person to do that?
I mean, with him, it's words, it trigger him.
Mm-hmm.
And she does it all the time, and that's what gets him.
Yeah. So he's put hands on her in the past?
I don't know. I've
not
never
that you
used
know
that
of.
before, so I have no clue what's happening. But or so he normally tries to get up and walk away.
Yeah.
And to me, that's what I would do.
Yeah,
Walk away instead of
absolutely.
doing something like this.
Yeah. So there's never an excuse to put your hands on someone. So, has she been drinking or anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. Does she have any medical issues?
I don't know.
That's your mom, correct? Okay. Okay.
She's had medical issues in the past.
Okay. Like mental health issues or?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
She had cancer. She had surgery.
Before the officer approached the mother, he wanted to ensure he got the full story from the daughter without her father being around. Having all the information, the officers then approached the mother, who may or may not have been exaggerating her condition.
I'll take that ID. Point.
Wait. You're down. It's on. This is like go right now.
So he'll get the bottom and somebody just grab that door.
Okay.
Grab. Take this hand. No. Grab my hand here. Take your right, honey. Don't wait. Take your right arm, your right hand. Take my left one. Same thing with your left hand. Okay, now I want to take you straight up. Okay, don't move. 1, 2, 3.
I'm scared.
Yep. You got a bump right there too.
There was no doubt that the woman was a victim of domestic assault, but since she didn't flinch when the officers picked her up, her injuries should not have been too extensive. She was trying to put on a brave face, though.
I've got to straighten up. Okay.
What medications you on?
I'm not.
What kind of medical history you got?
I had cancer.
What kind of cancer?
Oh, no, lymphoma.
Ma'am, I'll follow up with you at the hospital, okay? So I'll see you in a little bit. Sir, he's going to be going to jail today, okay, for domestic violence.
Thankfully, the paramedics were already waiting outside for the injured woman, and once the children had given statements to the police, she was escorted to the hospital.
Can you just tell me what happened tonight with your husband?
We've been stressed out a lot about things from work.
And you guys work together, correct? At the Ford dealership?
There's a girl that we work with. She was causing some issues. And we talked to my husband about it. And he said he was going to talk to the owner. Well, the owner had a conversation with him and said he was going to let the woman go. And
The owner was going to let her go?
Let her go. And then that we needed, or Devin, he said Devin didn't have to worry. Well, he didn't say that till today.
Okay.
But, so we've been.
So the owner said he would let her go?
The owner said he was going to let her go
Okay.
today.
So what led up to him putting his hands on you?
So tonight, we were sitting there talking, and that's when he was getting angry. And then I said, this is all a whole lot of stress. I said, if it's going to continue to be like this, and I'm noticing that you're acting a certain way, I said, maybe we should get a divorce.
Once in a calmer environment, the woman then explained that she and her husband were on the brink of divorce due to issues they were having at work. However, that's no excuse for getting violent with your partner.
Okay.
And we heard something slam. Like, my daughter goes, what was that? And Nevaeh said, what was that? And he walked in and he goes, I thought it was your mom's phone.
And I'm like, why would you want to break my phone?
Yeah.
And then he goes, well, I don't know, because I'm stressed out too, and it pissed me off.
The woman's husband intentionally breaking a phone was a major red flag, and his aggression issues were becoming more apparent. The officer patiently took her statement down, but what do you think this woman's next step should be?
And then he got down on top of me, like held me really tight, and he started crying. And he's like, I'm just going through a lot too. And I was just really scared because I didn't know what to think because the kids were there. And I couldn't believe it all happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man just kept holding. The man told me to hold me for a minute. I don't know if she went to go talk to her dad or what. But she kept asking why he did that. She just couldn't believe that he would do that to her phone and then to me.
Yeah.
The entire ordeal was quite emotional, and the poor mother started breaking down during her final questioning. Hopefully, the worst of it was now behind this family. The father was charged with simple assault.